Hey, friends and family. Had a lot of people sending me emails in the last few days asking me for updates on things, and I just thought, all right, let's just get everything out all at once. And you can tell, well, how much thought I put into this. Got some, well, at least they're clean sheets in the background, and my mess over there, and I need a haircut, and I haven't shaved in a couple days. All right, it's not about the looks of this thing, it's about what I have to update you with. So, first and foremost, everyone's asking, of course, about mom. She's fine. She's got her aches and pains. But whatever she's got, Alzheimer's, dementia, memory loss, whatever. I've had her in, took all the neuro testing and stuff like that. They did MRIs and that kind of thing. They haven't given her a diagnosis yet. And I don't know that they're going to. They say a lot of the things that of this kind of thing you don't really see until you can do an autopsy, unfortunately. There's a specialist center up in Newport Beach that I'm going to try to get her into, Dr. Amen. If you've seen PBS specials, he's one of the top brain surgeons, not surgeon, but neurologist. And he has a thing called a SPEC scan, SPEC, I think it is. And it's supposed to be really good for mapping, for seeing the lesions and things that a typical MRI can't. So I'm going to try to get her in up there because he does a lot of dietary things and, stuff to help out, not just straight meds. Mom always avoids the meds. But having said all of this, whatever she's got has progressed more in the last 3 months than it probably has in the last 3 to 5 years. I've seen signs of the whole memory loss thing going on for close to a decade. Whatever she's got has always been very slowly progressing. But man, the last few months have just really seen dramatic changes. And she's still functional. She looks great. She walks tall and strong, and she's out in the neighborhood and stuff. And everyone knows her, and she's still laughing and smiling and very positive. But woof, the things that she doesn't remember. Kind of killing two birds with one stone here. My friend from high school and college, Kimette, her oldest daughter, Savannah, who's about, she's 25, has been living with us for the last, 3 weeks or so. And it's been extremely helpful. But day to day, mom can't remember her name or, now whose daughter are you? How do we know so much about your mom? Who's your mom? Oh, her, that kind of thing. So she has no idea where she's going from day to day or what she's doing. And literally, she ate dinner 3 times one night when I was out with friends. And to a point where we bought her back some food, and I said, have you eaten? She goes, no, I haven't. So she ate that. And a few minutes later, she kind of cough, splutter, threw up a little bit in her kind of sleep on the couch. And, I was like, why are you throwing up? And it wasn't an active giant thing. It was like just she ate too much food, indigestion type of thing. We would go into the trash, and she had eaten 2 of our frozen dinners and then ate what I brought back for her. And she's done the same thing with meals, with lunch. She'll make me a sandwich. I'll eat the sandwich. I'll go back into my room, and 3 minutes later, she's like, all right, sandwich, lunch is ready. And basically what happens is she goes back into the kitchen, sees all the ingredients for the sandwich, and decides she needs to make another sandwich. So, she doesn't remember things that she just got done doing. So, she can't, I'm not letting her drive. People ask how her driving is. Her driving is fine. She hasn't forgotten how to operate a car yet. But her navigation is non-existent. If you can't remember where you're going, and you look around and you don't recognize where you are, where do you go? You're just lost. And she doesn't remember that she owns a cell phone. She couldn't operate GPS if her life depended on it. I have, her car and my car both have the big old dashboard GPS. She doesn't even think to use that. It's like big map in the middle of the dashboard. Nah. So, I haven't let her drive out of this house by herself in months. I'll go with her, and like I say, she's fine. I just do all the navigating. But, so that is what it is, and it's really sad. Having Savannah here has been a huge help, just getting mom out and about and doing things, but also just catching up on things around the house that weren't getting done. Mom's kind of doing a lot of sleeping and not a lot of doing. And, it's fine. She's 78 and got her aches and pains. She's earned that. So, but things are now getting done around the house, and we're making progress. And and who knows how long Savannah's going to be here, if it's a short-term or long-term thing. But just getting mom used to having someone here who's helping. I tried to get someone in here about 3 years ago, and mom really fought it. She resisted it. It only lasted a few days. So just having mom used to someone being here, I think, will be a big help. What I know is the next few years are going to start getting pretty expensive because I obviously need someone to help me, and then we're going to need someone to help her. So kind of leads me to the next whole conversation, which goes in a clump, which is the estate and the house I live in. The estate, we're still waiting. And now it's worse than waiting for the court. We're waiting for the franchise tax board. So we sent everything into the court. We have a number. We have an idea of what that number is going to look like. My half-brother Sean has agreed to it. All good. We turned all that in. They came back and asked for a letter from the franchise tax board saying that there were no final taxes due. Which we turned it all in without that, knowing that, and we'd already asked for it. It took about 5 weeks to get that from the franchise tax board. We sent that into the court, and the court basically looked at it and said, well, you've sent in a thing, the letter from the franchise tax board says that there's no 2021 taxes due, but he died in 2020. So we need to see something for 2020, which, so we had to go back to the franchise tax board just a few days ago, ask them for a new letter, and to send that expedited to us. And expedited means 6 weeks instead of 3 months. I don't know. We'll get it. We'll get it when we get it. We're hoping that the court will proceed and process this without waiting for that, because they've got all the paperwork in their hand, including that nothing was due for 2021. They just need proof that nothing's due for 2020, which the account was closed. There's no filing that needed to be done other than the death paperwork. So once that comes out, Sean and I will be sharing a pretty large chunk of money, and that will be a good day, obviously. As far as the house that I have to purchase, our house, landlords have been extremely great with waiting, because we started this process I think in October, and here we are at the end of April. And their whole thing is they want to take the money from selling a house in California and buy a house on a lake, on the East Coast where they live. And those houses on those lakes keep getting more expensive. So they finally, and totally justifiably, have finally started getting kind of antsy. Like, come on, let's get on with this. They gave us eviction notice, 60 days, which actually comes up at the end of April. But we just got that pushed out another 30 days. I was able to borrow some money from some friends, and thank you, Andrea and Bill, to at least make the down payment. And I'm liquidating everything that I own to get to enough where I'm making a big enough down payment to have a decent mortgage. And I will open escrow at the end of May. And actually, the lender's already locked in everything. I was able to lock the rate in a few weeks ago, a month ago. So I got like a 4.1, which would now be over 5. So that's good. My credit's great. And, I'm coming in with a large down payment, and all those things help. So, basically once I will buy the place as of the end of March. And, then I won't have any money for a while, but that's okay. And then the estate will come in, and I'll pay everything back, and redo all my investments and that kind of stuff. And the good news is, frankly, this is probably the best year of my career financially. It's off to a really good start, and I've got a few really nice sales coming in, and I just had a nice sale that'll pay me, literally a couple $1,000s a month, more monthly than I've ever been making before. So. It's going to get a little tight and squirrely here for the next 45 days or so. But the fact of the matter is, I'm in great shape financially. Luckily, knock on wood. As soon as you say something like that, a big client goes away. Oh, don't even say that, Brian. So, looks like we got the house taken care of. I keep using hedge words like looks like and I think, and I just keep waiting for something, some shoe to drop. Like, oh, we found this credit card you didn't pay back in 1984, and, that's going to keep you from buying the house, or something stupid like that. But so far, it looks like everything's lined up with the with the lenders and all that kind of stuff. So I think we're good. I think last time I did the video, I had just done the things on my face. And this turned out pretty good. They took them about 2.5 weeks to all fall off. I had 21 spots all over my face from barnacles getting frozen off. I've got one, let's see how this works. I've got one little spot up by my temple that came off, and there's still a little spot under there, so I'll have her do a little touch up on that. But frankly, I think it just looks a hell of a lot better. I mean, everyone's like, oh, it's no big deal, it's no big deal. And then I had somebody who doesn't see me very often say, yeah, last time I saw you, you had some spots. This looks better. And it's just, one of the surest ways to age yourself is to have big old brown spots on your face. So anyway, glad that all came off normal. I'm back out in the sun and walking, which thank God, because I'm fat. I'm fatter than I've ever been. My fat pants, I had to buy new fat pants. That's how fat I am. So, I mean, I'm not fat, but I'm got more belly. I got Buddha going. Buddha belly. So, but I wasn't exercising for so long because I hurt my, had the bad ankles and stuff going, and so I'm back out there every day walking again. Just got to lay off the ice cream and the brownies and stuff. Damn it. Anyway, that's the Padres are back and playing, and that's good, and they're going to be a decent team this year, but not great. So I'm happy about that. Going to baseball games, some. Business is good. Mom is deteriorating, and that's horrific. Pretty much getting the house taken care of. Have got some help in there, and I think that will get Mom used to having more help. And beyond that, just kind of plugging along. I hope you are all doing wonderful. Please get back to me. Shoot me responses. I'll be happy to talk to you. It's just I'm literally sending this out to like 45 people, and to have this conversation 45 times gets old. So, oh man, 12 minutes. See, I babble. I hope you're doing well. Take care.